Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello ladies and gentlemen. Introducing my name Akbar Nuur Purnama Darma Wahana, student of Islamic Economic Doctoral Study Program, Faculty of Economics and Business, Airlangga University, Surabaya, Indonesia. In this occasion, at the 4th Kuala Lumpur International Conference on Social Sciences, Education and Engineering, KLISE, 2023, I will present my article entitled Characteristic of Islamic Social Capital, Reflections on the Petatah Petitih of Sunan Gunung Jati. Introduction. Social capital, as a concept in the social sciences, has been the subject of intensive research in recent decades. Social capital refers to the network, norm, and trust that facilitate coordination and cooperation for mutual benefit. In many societies, social capital drives economic progress and strengthens social and cultural values. Islamic social capital is conceptually based on Islamic values or teaching in Islam. Islamic social capital emphasizes the importance of Islamic teachings as a basis for various social capital activities usually carried out in society. Located on the north coast of West Java, Indonesia, Cirebon is rich in history and culture. According to Radcliffe's, Cirebon developed as an important port in the 15th and 16th centuries, becoming one of the centers for spreading Islam in Java. Sunan Gunung Jati, one of the famous Wali Songo in Indonesia, has a vital role in the history of Islam in Cirebon. The Petatah Petitih it advice are a noble message from Sunan Gunung Jati that guided social and religious life, especially for Muslim in Cirebon. His Petatah Petitih, Ingsun Titip Tajuglan Fakir Miskin, become a spiritual basis and a social one for the people of Cirebon. Based on this background, this research aims to determine how the characteristics of Islamic social capital in Cirebon are formed, focusing Islamic social capital. Islamic social capital can be interpreted as a value in a society that develops and uses Islamic values as a driving force for activities that apply in that society. Islamic social capital in this research examines three dimensions of social capital: relational, structural, and cognitive. Islamic social capital allied with society moral awareness based on the Al-Quran and As-Sunnah, which can be applied in organization. Petatah Petitih Sunan Gunung Jati. The saying of Sunan Gunung Jati Cirebon are still very influential in the lives of the people of Cirebon. The balance of monotheism and human values, Tajuk and the poor, is the focus of the Sunan Gunung Jati method in the religious education for the people of Cirebon. Petatah Petitih Sunan Gunung Jati's advice relating to the social sector is as follows: devotion and confidence ingsun titip tajuk lan fakir miskin, which means Sunan Gunung Jati entrust to all the people of Cirebon at that time and now, tajuk, surau, and poor fakir. Methodology. This research uses a qualitative approach and a quantitative paradigm. The use of a phenomenological approach is due to the focus of the research on subjective experiences and individual perceptions to understand how Islamic social capital is practiced and articulated in Cirebon society. The research locations are Astana Village, Martasinga Village, and Wanakaya Village around the Sunan Gunung Jati tomb in Gunung Jati district, Cirebon Regency. The data collection process uses several methods, namely in-depth interview, observation, history, and documentation. Analysis of data generated from NV4 14. Islamic social capital of the Cirebon society. Reflection on the Petatah Petitih Sunan Gunung Jati. Word cloud view to help identify keyword. Desires of the word that appear frequently and are more significant than other words, so the main themes raised by the interviewees, such as the word most and poverty. This showed that the formation of Islamic social capital in Cirebon society is closely related to mosques and poor. Based on the result of in-depth coding interviews, the development of welfare improvement program requires the role of the community. Words such as Islam, prayer, mosque, zakat, Islam, and purpose show the strong religious dimension in society social capital in line with the focus of Islamic studies. Social welfare terms such as urban, poor, health, aid, welfare, fakir, poor in Arabic, and empowerment indicate an emphasis on support and improvement in society. Refers to existing assistance and support mechanism to overcome problems of improving community welfare. The economic aspect appears through the word zakat, poverty, empowerment, and begging, which indicate the size and status of the economy in society. Word frequency rises keyword as part of a multifaceted analysis process of Islamic social capital in Cirebon, which includes religious, social, cultural, historical, educational, and economic dimension. The results show the different primary characteristics of Islamic social capital in Cirebon society. From cognitive aspect, help, kindness, honesty. From relational aspect, the community strictly obey instruction from religious figures. The network of ties between social figures in the community is well maintained. They believe in society in that goodness will give rise to the further. From structural aspect, mosques are center of empowerment, gathering places, improving community welfare. Reflection from the Petatah Petitih Sunan Gunung Jati. Maintain the Tajuk or mosque as a source of civilization, center for religious, entrepreneurial, and sociocultural. Mosques as centers of government and policy setting. Mosque as a center for entrepreneurial knowledge, empowerment activities, become an academy for producing experts in the field of skills. Message to maintain social awareness and empathy in Cirebon society. Make Cirebon progress justly and prosperously through prosperous mosques, sustainable mosque development. Conclusion and recommendation. The result showed that Islamic social capital in Cirebon was formed through a unique interaction between Islamic teachings, local traditions, and the historical influence of the Petatah Petitih Sunan Gunung Jati. Social capital has a close relationship with religious and cultural factors. Social capital is formed in a broader context, including social values and beliefs. This research shows how these values are applied and maintained in the context of Cirebon society. The Petatah Petitih Sunan Gunung Jati has profound implication for the social and cultural life of the people of Cirebon. The people of Cirebon, as a people, as people who know Sunan Gunung Jati's advice, have a deeper interpretation of what happened when Sunan sentence is uttered, which becomes a living teaching. The novelty of this research is that local spiritual and cultural traditions can influence social capital formation in the context of an Islamic society. This research implies that the people of Cirebon can strengthen the principles of togetherness and cooperation in community and local economic development effort by activating mosques as activity cancer centers, especially in planning and implementing programs to improve community welfare. Understanding the history and culture of Cirebon is essential to appreciate how the people of Cirebon form their identity and social practices to deepen further their understanding regarding the contribution of Islamic social capital to prosperity and sustainable economic development in Cirebon. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.